up every morning with my head up in a daze. I'm not sure if I should say this, fuck, I'll say it anyway. Everybody tries to tell me that I'm going through a phase. I don't know if it's a phase, I just wanna feel okay, yeah. I battle with depression, but the question still remains. Is this post-traumatic stressing, or am I suppressing rage? And my doctor tries to tell me that I'm going through a phase. Yeah, it's not a fucking phase, I just wanna feel okay, okay. Yeah, I struggle with this bullshit every day, and it's probably cause my demons simultaneously rage. It obliterates me, the sin so grates me, annihilates me. I'm about to break down, searching for a way out. I'm a liar, I'm a cheater, I'm a non-believer. I'm a popular monster. Break down, falling into love, now we're falling apart. I'm a popular monster. I think I'm going nowhere like a rat trapped in a maze. Every wall that I knock down is just a wall that I replace. I'm in a race against myself, I try to keep a steady pace. How the fuck will I escape if I never close my case? Oh my god, I keep on stressing. Every second that I waste is another second sooner to a blessing I won't take. But my therapist will tell me that I'm going through a stage. Yeah, it's not a fucking stage, I just wanna feel okay. Okay, motherfucker, now you got my attention. I need to change a couple things, cause something is missing. What if I was to lie, tell you everything is fine? Every single fucking day, I get closer to the grave. I am terrified, I'm not asleep, and I will again. Crush my car just to feel again. Let out race me, the seeds of grace me. Annihilate me, cause I'm about to break down, searching for a way out. I'm a liar, I'm a cheater, I'm a
Yes! We fucking made it, guys. We fucking made it. We are here with episode 20 of season 2. The fucking season finale, guys. How y'all feel about that? I don't know about y'all, but it kind of makes me feel old in some type of way. Yeah. I feel a little old. It's kind of funny, But I really got to say, sitting up here knowing that is the end of yet another season, it's fucking bittersweet. It's really bittersweet to be able to come in front of you guys every week. First of all, thank you everybody for the fucking chat. I was listening to the music, the intros, just like all of you guys. Just the fucking chat alone going off in this motherfucker. Like, fucking give it up for you guys. You guys are fucking amazing. You guys are some real special people. And I really wanted to make the last episode of the season really about you guys. Really about you guys. So I'm sitting back, I'm thinking, before the show airs, and I tell Blaze, I'm like, hey, let's take a couple extra minutes. We'll take a couple extra minutes. We'll start a little late. Because I'm not gonna lie, guys, it's a bit overwhelming. It is a bit overwhelming. And first and foremost, I want everybody here. Because without you guys, none of this would have ever been possible. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys. You guys mean the absolute world to me. I got to thank you guys for putting up with the bullshit every week, hearing the shit. You guys really made this really what it's become today. I also want to say a huge thank you. Huge thank you, man, and Tammy. And the FFN Radio Network for everything that they've done, for me personally, through this journey, sharing this experience with me. Am I cutting off, guys? For anybody else? Oh, are we good, chat? Now, guys, I realize that there probably is a minor glitch going on. That to the background. I'll take it down. The second part of the show. But yeah, audio's good, video's laggy. That's just because of the background. I'll take it down after the first break. I just kind of wanted to show this off a little bit. Once again, thank you to Doc Wolf for the amazing graphic, um, for everything that you do for me personally on either platform. I couldn't thank you enough. Um, it looks beautiful. I keep wanting to look behind like it's actually behind me. It's fucking throwing me off and shit. Another thing I do want to mention is we do have a special birthday in the house. So if everybody would please wish Ashley Nicole in the chat a happy birthday, I would deeply appreciate that. It is her 29th birthday. So happy birthday, sweetheart. Much love to you. We all appreciate you. And hope you're enjoying your day. Next, I think he's in the chat. Is Jerry Souza in the chat? Jerry, you here? Give me a shout. Fucking chat is great. Jerry, I feel like we haven't really talked much in the last, past few weeks or whatever the case is. But once again, it would be completely fucking wrong of me. I feel like a complete shitbag if I didn't turn around and give you some type of credit. I always give credit where credit is due. And you've been a solid one for me. If there's one thing I cannot say is that you are not a solid dude. Because you are definitely, without a doubt, one of the most solid ones I know. And I want to thank you again for pointing me in Blaze and FFN Radio Network's direction. Once again, in some way, shape, or form, none of this probably would have been able to be possible. I'll for those of you who are new and just joining in, I always like to give a little history of how this began. All right. No, Jerry, thank you. Thank you. So I was sitting in Springfield one day. I know you're here, Jerry. I see you. So yeah, I was sitting in Springfield one day, and I literally just got done watching the Neutral Corner. And the Neutral Corner is a boxing podcast that Jerry Souza, aka JJ, he hosts here on the network. He went on break for a little bit. That's why he hasn't been on, but he's actually coming back in September. So everybody, make sure you guys watch out for that. The Neutral Corner coming back to the FFN Radio Network. All about boxing. You're gonna see world champions on there. Amateur boxes. Honestly, it's definitely the show that drew me personally to the FFN network. Is honestly, I would watch Jerry every Thursday. Every Thursday, I would watch Jerry's show, and he's got a co-host who is also a former world champion, and the authenticity and the of the show is just absolutely amazing. And so yeah, Jerry, thank you, man. Make sure everybody wanted with Jerry Souza. I can't wait personally for that show to come back on. Next, I definitely want to thank my mother. 40 total episodes. 40. And not to mention the episodes that I did with Blaze for the Louie and Ernie show, but every episode, she's right there in the fucking chat. Ma, thank you very much. I love you. And, you know, a lot of these stories ain't easy, I'm sure, for even you to hear or relive. You know, and for you to share that experience, this whole experience with me, it's pretty fucking wild. Love you too. And thank you. Imagine that. Imagine having a child like I was. And I didn't have a bad upbringing. I'm going to be 110% honest with you guys. I didn't have not a bad childhood at all. It's just somewhere along the line, you know, I just decided to take my own path and be a rebel, thinking I'm a grown up and wanting to make my own fucking decisions because I think I know it all. Yeah, and when I think back and reflect on it, you know, a lot of my issues that I got into, you know, it's really no excuse for it. At the end of the day, I could sit here and tell I felt like this because I wanted to do that, or she did this, that, or the other. But I want to let y'all know, at the end of the day, we live a what do they call that? They call that a free choice life. I just learned about this not too long ago. And what a free choice life is that you have the option of choosing whatever it is that you want to do in life. No matter what questions that may be, no matter what type of goals that may be, you have that free choice life. And somewhere along the line, life is going to let you know on whether if you made the right choice or not. It's almost like you have two options and you know one is definitely going to better you or benefit you better in the long run. And then the other choice that you have is kind of like a gamble. And you choose that one. You know it's not a 100% solid decision, but you're willing to risk a gamble on it. Maybe because it seems more exciting, you know, maybe it could be because you think you're going to have a great experience with it, whatever that may be at first. Whatever it is. But when you make that decision and everything is hunky dory for who knows, some people it could last only a couple of days. Others just get luckier and end up going years before that fucking karma smacks them or lets them know. And that's when they're going to ask themselves, why? Remember that decision you made fucking whatever years ago? That's it now. Some people be in denial and they be like, nah, that was years ago. Why would it come back and get me now? There's no saying when karma's going to come get you. And you know when they say that karma is a bitch, she's a bitch. She'll come back and swipe you at your fucking knees when you least expect it. Guaranteed. Kind of comes in like the, oh, I've done so much to, better myself and achieve goals and stuff like that. Like, why does this one think that they can only do a quarter or a half of that? And, they live a life of luxury and, all this other good shit that they may be doing that may be better than you or like anybody that you may know around you. I'm sure we all know at least one person like that. You're thinking to yourself now, why do they got it so much better than me and I'm over here struggling? Let me tell you, it's not going to be like that forever. Things just have more way of taking more time. Some things are just going to take more time than others. And that's just what life does. So we got 7 minutes left to the break. Sorry, guys. I fucking hate the private chat. But I want to go back real quick before I completely forget about it and we get into the break because I want to do something completely different after the break. But the day I was told about the FFN radio network, as soon as I got off the phone with Jerry, I went off topic. But I don't want to forget to tell this story because it's very humbling to tell this story. And I know there's a lot of new people that have come in, since season 1. And it's probably one of my favorites to tell. So going back, I talked to Jerry. Jerry says hit up Blaze Man. He's the producer of the network. He's the owner and CEO. Just tell him what's on your mind. And I was like, okay. I'm sitting up in Springfield at my cousin Nick and Kayla's house, and I shoot him a message. It's like, hey, my name's Nick. I watch the Neutral Corner every Thursday with Jerry. Me and Jerry go way back, and just want to see if I can do a show on your network. And he messages me, and he's like, what do you got in mind? So I tells him that basically Unboxed Thoughts was supposed to be about just a random series of comments or thoughts, I should say, that people probably be thinking, but you don't say it out loud. Like my best example that I always give is like, think of it as like if you're at a party and you see somebody that a family member, friend, whatever the case is, that you really don't get along with. You guys are having beef, whatever. Just the thoughts that you have in your mind. Well, if they be fucking true but hilarious and serious, just whatever shit, And when I talked to him that I wanted to maybe go more towards like the mental health route of it. Fucking nervous. Guys, I think I froze. We back? All right. I froze there for a minute. I seen it. But he says, I'm going to give you 4 episodes. He said, and I'll see what you got. When we come back, I'll elaborate a little more on that. Because, oh, wait a minute. Blaze, we still got like 4 minutes, right? We still got 4 minutes? Yeah, I think we got like 4 minutes. Yeah, I'm better now. All right, you know what? Let's go to break, guys. We're going to go to break. I'm going to drop this backdrop. That should stop the glitching. See you after break, guys.
Holding on to each other. Miss the last bus on foot to get home. I miss the town, rowdy and clever, all at once undercover, blowing kisses to the shop windows as we go. We stayed out playing past midnight. That was years ago. Now something just ain't right. Better take it slow. Morning larks singing out
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 20 of season 2. That's right, guys. We are here. The fucking season finale. Thanks again, everybody. I did see you in the chat. Thank you for stopping in. I really appreciate it. So, before I finish my story, guys, I do want to know that if you, in fact, would like to come live with me, ask questions, certain comments, etc., let me know. Send me your Facebook or whatever if I don't already have it. And anybody, you can come up 5 minutes, whatever. And I would like to open up the chat for you guys. So that is my gift to you guys today. Hopefully you guys ain't too camera shy. Hopefully somebody would come up. They'll say hello. And am I coming in better for everybody, by the way? I look a hell of a lot better on my monitor. I'll tell you that right now. And hey, Blaze, man, I think this is probably like the best I've personally seen my shows in a long time. The glitch and everything with the backdrop, that was expected. But rest assured, man, I feel like I'm cruising now. I kind of feel like I'm in a Cadillac. No glitch, everything is smooth, here good. We are rolling now. So yeah, absolutely. Also, fuck me for not saying anything beforehand. When I was giving out the thank yous, I do not know if all of them are in the chat. I do know one of them is definitely, but to my 3 guests that I had on for season 2, Scully, VK, Rick, thank you guys so much for being a part of season 2 and really just letting me hear you guys' story, you guys' experience. I really feel like I'm a huge advocate for, always learn to open up your ears. It doesn't matter who it is, young, old, we can learn from each other. And when I see people, actually willing to tell their story, I sit up here and I talk about my shit every fucking week. Every week. And it's not easy. We also know that Nick can be a dick bag and not have guests on his show because I'm fucking picky. I am very anal. Me, Blaze Man, me and Tammy. If you guys do not know who Tammy is, because I've dropped her name like 3 times already, Tammy is the actual official owner of the FFN radio network. She's the CEO. She's the master behind the scenes. Blaze Man just works the keyboard. So for those of you who didn't know that, I just let the cat out of the bag. Fuck me running. Man. I honestly, I'm feeling like somebody right now. Just because I know things are running smoothly. It's making me smile. The chat is like fucking crazy. But yeah, Rick, I would love to have you back on season 3. I want to have you back. I feel like there's so much more. Melissa, Right back at you. Right back at you. If anybody who knows Melissa, she is a really good friend. She is also my neighbor. So if you come in here on a weekly basis and you see that finger, because Melissa's here a lot of the time, don't get offended by it. It's our thing. If Melissa doesn't give me the finger, I know she had a bad day. I see the finger, I know it was at least decent for her. Tammy, yeah, no problem. And thank you. Thank you. I went to Blaze's house last week. I picked up some studio lighting and stuff like that him and Miss Tammy ended up giving to me as a gift. And I felt the need to buy them a coffee. Blaze hit me up. He's like, "Hey," he's like, "You coming back here?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I'm stopping by. I got to get that stuff we talked about last night." He's like, "All right." He's like, "Would it be too much to ask me, like, stop and get me 2 fucking coffees?" First instinct is I wanted to be a dick. I wanted to be a dick and then be like, "Oh, tell him something stupid. I don't know. My cock was broken or something," which has nothing to do with my vehicle. Yeah, you know what I mean? But, just to tell him something stupid to get that fucking reaction from him. You know what I mean? Because that's just what we do. Sorry, Ma. Anybody in the chat. But that's me and Blaze's relationship. And I'm very happy that this has come as far as it has. I do want everybody to know that we are coming back with the season 3. I will let you know on the date of that. It will not be next week. There is no Unboxed Thoughts next week. Definite. I would like to come on with you. Yeah, if Jerry's in there, bring him up. I will take him. Are you holding up your 2 fingers because I'm going to take 2 weeks? Sorry. Yeah? 2 weeks, guys. I'm taking 2 weeks off. I just got the okay. What's up, motherfuckers? But is Jerry ready, Blaze Man? I don't want to keep him waiting. I'm sorry. Is there anybody in the chat that did say that they want to come up too? Just let me know. Rick? Nope, keep talking. All right, that's fine. I just wasn't sure if you wanted me to send him the link or not from me. All right. Not from me. I'm actually looking forward to the time off. You guys know from the chat, Blaze Man, Tammy, Unboxed Thoughts is my baby. Unboxed Thoughts is my baby. It'll always be my baby. And me and Blaze were talking, was it a few days ago or something like that, and I want everybody to notice from me that Unboxed Thoughts is on the FFN radio network to stay. I do want to make that perfectly clear. Plus, I kind of like saying it. That way somebody could just come on and be like, "What a dick." But the network would be wrong for me to go anywhere else. I see him waiting backstage. Let's bring him on. Let's say hello to Sir Jerry. How you doing,
Hey,
buddy?
Nick, how are you? Good, man. Good.
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing amazing, dude.
It, it,
I'm
and it's good to hear. You know, I watch your show a lot. Don't comment much, but I do look forward to your shows. And believe it or not, it
I see
helps
you in
me
the
a
chat.
lot. You know? Yeah, it helps me a lot because I've been
I see the
through,
chat.
you know, mental health matters, man, and it's a true thing. And I think we got to end the stigma and talk about it. And it shows like yours that actually bring out uh, and speak about mental health because it's so important. And we need to end that stigma where people think they're weak or they may feel a certain way because they have mental health issues, and that's not the case, right? The best thing to do is talk about it. And
No.
you're doing that, and you've helped so many. And I'm glad to see you grow in your show, and you've gotten better with speaking and things like that. So it's a pleasure to have you on, man. I appreciate you having me on, man.
No, and do it anytime. And like I said, you're a big part of this thing, man. You're a big part of this because if I wasn't watching your show on Thursday nights and then I just randomly out of blue, like, I was watching your show and then just as you went to break, I ended up seeing like it was a post, like they were looking for like other, podcast hosts. And I'm like, I'm going to fucking hit Jerry up. I'm going to see what the
Yeah.
fuck he's going to say. And
No,
from that moment
absolutely.
on, dude, you know what I mean? Like, and you told me flat out, you were like, tell him what's on your mind.
Absolutely. Blake, you know, FFN Radio Network is like that. They're always looking for new shows, different ideas. And when you called me on that, I thought right away, I said, listen, man, you know, because dealing with mental health issues myself, and I'm not afraid to say that, you know what I mean? I've gone through it, and I'm still going through it, battle it every day. But when you had mentioned the show and what you wanted to talk about, I thought it was a great idea right away. So I told you to reach out to Blaze, and he said he was giving you 4 episodes. And look where you are right now, my friend. Congratulations on your success.
Yeah, it's actually funny because, per usual, you know what I mean? I talked to him right after the show. And we ended up connecting and we ended up having our conversations. And it's so funny from watching him at the beginning of that show. Like, it rewinds in my mind all the time because he's over here sitting like, all right, well, I'm going to go rip my bowl real quick before you started. Have a great show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, dude,
Yeah,
he was all kinds of nervous. He was like, what the fuck is this kid going to say on my network? And
and
at the end of
you've
the
helped a lot of people.
episode, I can picture him, it was like from the time he aired my show that day to the end of that show, it was like he was still sitting in the same spot with the pipe, same thing. And he's like, that was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
He's like, he's like, wow. He's like, I don't even know what to fucking say.
And I can say this, Nick, right? So I wish there were more shows like your shows that spoke about mental health, because I feel it's so important that we speak about this and give people somewhere where they can go and express their feelings and not be judged, right? And that's Unboxed Thoughts. You can go into the chat, express your feelings, and you're not being judged. You lead people in the right directions, and if they need help, you lead them in the right direction. So you're doing a service. Not only are you having a podcast, but you're giving a service to people that need it. And that's why your show's been so successful, because there are so many people out there that deal with mental health and don't have a place to go to be able to express themselves without being judged. And when your show came on board and started to gain speed, I was like, wow, this is great. I don't think there are any or too many or any at all podcasts like yours that speaks on mental health, where people can come in and chat, and it's friendly. It's a great environment that they interact with you. And I'm glad that I played a very small part, Nick, and I truly mean that, a very small part, because you took your show to where it was. I just made you contact Blaze, and you and Blaze worked it out, but you took your show. Nobody else. Nick, you did this. You took your show to where it is. You got the following you have. You've done a service to so many people that are dealing with so many mental health issues that it's made a difference. And I'm sure it's made a difference in a lot of people's lives. And you need to take credit for that. I'm not just trying to, buttercup you up or nothing like that. You need to take credit for that and realize through your darkest times, you've became someone else's survival kit. And that's important. You need to realize that you made the show what it is. Nobody else. You did, Nick. And that's important. And I want to thank you for having me on. And I don't want to take up too much more of your time because I know there's going to be other people that want to come on. But I appreciate you giving me a shout out. I appreciate you giving the Neutral Corner a shout out. And again, continue to do what you do. Don't change nothing. Be Nick. That's it. And we continue to have those conversations off here where we called and talked with each other. If there's anything I can ever do to help you out, I'm right there for you. So again, thanks to you and FFN Radio Network for bringing on such a great show and having me as a guest tonight for a short period of time. I'm honored. And Nick, God bless, man, and keep being you. Keep being, because there's so many other people that try to be so many other things. Yeah, that's going to be a good show. The first show is going to be me explaining things. Daryl wanted to come back. Yeah, I can't wait, man. Me too. I can't wait. I can't wait. Yeah, so again, thank you. Go ahead.
Hey, hold on a minute. Don't go nowhere. It's funny because, you know, heard that, you know, that you were coming back, and I was like, thought is I'm going to text Blaze Man. I'm going to ask him the fuck was going through his mind when he let you guys come back.
Yeah,
but then I thought to myself, I'm like, it's one of my, I was like, at least I'll have another good show to watch.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So let me just kind of touch on that a little bit real quick if I could. Blaze and I go way back. Our sons went to school with each other, and we used to pick up our kids at school, and we got into talking, and we built a relationship and a friendship. Blaze is a solid guy, right? So we deal with mental health on your show. So Jerry deals with mental health, and sometimes Jerry needs a break and needs to step back and reevaluate and reassess things. And I never really told that to Blaze. I would just tell Blaze, look, I'm done, man. I've had enough. I'm all set. Instead of being honest with him and saying, hey, listen, man, I need a break, right? I need to take the summer off. I work a lot of hours. I'm in the construction field, so it's a lot of physical, intense labor, and I just need a break. But I always told Blaze, listen, I'm done. I'm not going to do it. You know, where I should have been upfront with him and said, hey, listen, man, I'm kind of mentally burnt out, mentally drained right now. Because what people don't understand, it takes a lot to do a show like yours, like Blaze's, like the other girl that does a show. It takes a lot to do a show. It's not just pop on the mic and talk. It takes a lot to do a show. So what I needed to do is be more upfront with Blaze, be like, hey, listen, man, I need a break. You know what I mean? So there was never any animosity between Blaze and I. We've always stayed friends. I've always supported your show and other shows. But go ahead. I know I'm rambling. Go ahead, man.
I fucking missed your show.
I appreciate that, really, man.
So,
so I'm going to have you on, though, Nick. I'm going to have you on my show.
Dude, I would be honored for everything that you've done for me, Jerry. If I fucking turned around and was like, no.
No, you're going to be on. And we're just going to, I just want to hear, absolutely, I appreciate that. I just want to hear from a fan of boxing. I know you're a fan of boxing, and you and I go way back to Federal Little League Baseball and talking with you. And I know you've been to a lot of things in life, and to see where you are right now is very impressive. And it takes a real man to step back and say, listen, I need to make some changes, you know, and you got good people around you. Your mom's always supported you. Your mom's always been your biggest fan and always wanted the best for you. And sometimes we take our frustrations and our angers out on the people close to us, right? And I do the same thing, but your mom's always been there for you. She's always been your biggest fan. I remember your mom, Kim, you know, at baseball, and you guys have always been great, and it's great to see you where you are. So I want to give Mom great props, great job with Nick, and continue to have great success.
I also want to let everybody in the chat know too that in 2017, when I had actually gotten out of rehab, this is even before Unboxed Thoughts was a twinkle in my eye. You know, Jerry was, you know, doing podcasts for another network. But anyway, when Jerry had spotted me at the baseball park, my first day back, I had just come home. It was the first summer back for me being out of rehab. And Jerry turned right around to me. He puts his fucking arm around me. I never fucking need anything. He says, you fucking tell me. He goes, I live
absolutely
right up that street. He says, You just knock on my fucking door. Stay on the fucking right path. And Jerry, thank you. Not even just from this, from a personal level. And I want to make that known in front of everybody. That even shit like that isn't even forgotten.
I appreciate that. And it's glad to see you remember that. And absolutely, man. And that still stands true to this day, man. You know I'm at you ever need me. So, hey, have a great show. Congratulations on your show being successful. And I'm so happy to see where you're at now in life and keep doing that. So have a great night. And again, thanks for having me, man. I'll be watching the rest of the show.
You too, man. Thank you. Give it up for fucking Jerry, guys. Jerry Souza. Not only just a phenomenal human being, he is a master at his craft. I would say just with boxing, just because I've witnessed him in, another sport. Jerry's actually a hell of a fucking baseball coach too. I picked up a lot from him. So yeah, everybody, round of applause. Thank you, Jerry. Is there anybody else that would like to come up here? We'll shoot the shit for a couple of minutes. We will send you the link. So for you guys who didn't hear, I'm going to put the link right back in the chat, okay? Yeah, go ahead. So Blazeman is going to put the link back in the chat, guys. So if you do want to come up here, talk with me, whatever you guys want, please feel free, guys. Don't be camera shy. We'll just sit here and have a conversation. I didn't mention this before, but yes, August is Overdose Awareness Month. I know that there are a few events coming up to do with overdose awareness. I did happen to miss one this Saturday. I want to let everybody know that I will have a special episode. It will not be on a Monday. This will be after season 3 starts, but it's a Saturday. They're holding an event down at River Recovery. They just had one this Saturday. Obviously, we did miss it. I had every I wanted to be there. And because my sleep schedule has been shit and I was on call all day, unfortunately, I missed it. But so going back to my story. Oh, I know what I want to ask real quick. Blaze, did you have any particular videos or anything that you wanted to show the chat? Maybe we can go back and show you guys. All right, awesome. So he's gonna look just so everybody in the chat can get more of a visual for themselves to see like how far we've actually come. And that's another thing that I actually wanted to talk about here. I want to talk about season 2 as soon as we come back. He says 1 minute. We're gonna just take a break now. All right, let's take a break. And Millie, I know you're just coming in here. We posted the link in the chat. Guys, you want to come up here, just say a couple words. You don't have to be on camera. I can still hear your voice. You can still hear me. Come have a conversation with me. We're going to take a minute break. Good drinks, whatever the fucking case is. Hump your significant others. Come back and hang out.
Holding on to each other, miss the last bus on foot to get home. town, rowdy and clever, all at once undercover, blowing kisses to the shop windows as we go. We stayed out playing past midnight.
That was years ago.
Now something just ain't right.
Better take it slow.
I see the view stretching before us, cathedral bells and a chorus, morning larks singing out to the dawn. I miss me and you, boy, with style, on our bikes, single file, day drinking at a cafe in Cologne. We stayed out playing past midnight.
That was years ago.
Now something just ain't right.
Better take it slow.
Are we getting old? Am I getting over? Gotta catch my breath before we go. We stayed out playing past midnight.
That was years ago.
Now something just ain't right.
Better take it slow.
We stayed out playing past
That was
midnight.
years ago.
Now something just ain't right.
Better take it slow.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the second episode of Unboxed Thoughts. I'm your boy, Nick Parsons. Welcome back to everybody. Want to thank the producer again, Blazeman, once again for allowing me to use this platform to be able to reach out to you guys, talk to you. Also, Jerry Souza, who points me in the direction of Blazeman. Hey, so first of all, I want to start off. Hope everybody had a nice weekend. Mine was all right. It wasn't too bad. Stood busy. So guys, I want to touch on something real quick. So I want to say Wednesday, my mother watches the show The Talk. I don't know if any of you guys watched that. They had Kelly Rowland from Destiny's Child on there, and which I find her amazing. I don't give a crap what anybody says. I've always liked Destiny's Child. But if you guys remember last week, I touched on a subject where I said we all should be open-minded and listening to each other. I believe it was talking about parents with the children. Sometimes us parents we're the boss. That's it. We want our children to listen. And I had talked about maybe if a child had mentioned something, maybe not that moment or whatever, maybe we'd all go back, we'd sleep on it, and maybe think about maybe our child's right. So anyway, Kelly Rowland had actually ended up mentioning that she had said something to her child, and her child turned around to her and had said, well, then maybe you could be a better mom. And there's a couple of different things that you could do to be a better mom. Guys, the whole crowd was like, oh, because of the comment. Listen, she stopped everybody dead in their tracks. And she said, now listen, she said, that's not exactly how I took it. She's like, that's exactly how all you guys out there would think to take it, or a first reaction. She said she took her son that night and they sat down at the dinner table. And she then asked her son, what is it exactly that you think that I could do to be a better parent? She used that as an opening with her child to tell him on things he could do to be a better child. She said this topic took place around at the beginning of the year, and she said that the relationship between her and her child had been immaculate ever since. She even used the same topic about her husband and her husband, vice versa. They all used this as like a family collaboration to see how they could better themselves and then better themselves as a team within a household. That hit so hard. I found that absolutely amazing. Kelly Rowland from Destiny's Child. So what would you guys think if your child came up to you and had told you you could be a better parent? Episode 2 of Unboxed Thoughts. You know, it's crazy when I hear that and I think about it, because like if I wanted to take like a down day, somewhat, right, when I would air a show, um really, you could say my mother is like probably like the most helpful, because she was the one who was watching the talk. And like legitly, I would just be passing by the living room half of the time, and it would just be as she's watching it, and then the guests that they had on, and like the certain topics that they'd be talking about, especially when they had fucking Sharon Osbourne. When they had Sharon Osbourne on that fucking show, man, I'd be sitting in front of the TV some episodes and be watching that shit. Especially if I heard Sharon friggin' going off, then it was like, yep, okay, I gotta watch Sharon. But so here we are at the end of season 2. I'm gonna add. What would you guys do if somebody came up to you and said you could parent better? Sorry, guys. I had to plug in my laptop before I lost his. Can't lose his. But yeah. So the first episode, Unboxed Thoughts, aired on November 21st. So that episode took place on the 28th of November. Radio. To Blaze Man St. Pierre for allowing me to use this platform to do this show and have some fun. Get to know you guys. You guys are gonna get to know me. I also want to thank Jerry Souza, who hosts a show on this exact show, radio show as well. He does the Neutral Corner. I'd like to thank him. He was the one who gave me this this platform to shoot down the road. So watching this particular episode, is one of the most fucked up things that I could probably ever like explain. I could explain some fucked up things, but this is definitely one of them. So, and Blaze Man's over here like talk. Well, I thought you were gonna play a lot more than that. I didn't know because I didn't want to talk over it. But when I tell you guys, all right, and I'm glad that I didn't talk about it too much because this right here, well, over there, I should say, words cannot describe it. I told you guys before that this show was not supposed to be really anything what it is today. And after I aired this fucking episode, that was like, I got done with that episode, guys, and I was just like, I couldn't believe half the shit that I said. I literally just wanted to fucking sit there and talk. That was literally the fucking goal, the outcome of that show, of that particular episode. That was me venting. And then as soon as I was done, me and Blaze Man talked. And as embarrassing as I thought it was at the time, I'm going to tell you right now, of course, I was nervous. I was coming on a network to do a podcast talking about real life events or like real life problems that are going around in the world that people are not talking about. Do not get me wrong, in some way, shape, or form, that I want to be controversial. Absolutely. Absolutely. After that show aired, my mind raced all the way till the next episode. After episode 2, it raced on it. It was just like one after another. And I wanted to like really rebel too against a lot of these facilities out here who say that they're helping people with, that suffer from mental illness, who are suffering from drug addiction. And, me and Blaze were talking about this actually just the other day, and I'm going to really talk about that a lot more. Come season 3, is that these fucking shitholes, whether they'd be politicians or people who have power and all this, you guys have so much fucking hand. That's my glasses. That was Ernie's glasses that just fell, just in case if anybody was wondering. But these people who have so much power to do so much to help so many people, and then they hold these events almost like, want to make everybody happy. We'll do this, we really don't want to, but we're going to make them happy. We're going to open up this, that, and the other, for people who suffer with mental health issues or, drug addiction. No, the fuck he is not. You know how many events a lot of these upper people are fucking holding? Using the mental health name and recovering addict name. And they're pocketing at least 80% of that money that they raise. They pocket that shit. And I really wanted to stick it to these motherfuckers when I started this show. I forgot exactly what episode that it was that like really like set the tone for that. Oh, I ended up doing a show about this place that had opened up, and I'll tell you guys about that real quick. There was a facility that just opened up a few months back. Well, around Christmas time, New Year's Eve. They're a mental health facility. All right, they're called Tides. It's all coming back to me. I'm having a Celine Dion moment, guys, now. Guys, it's all coming back to me. It's called Tides. And what Tides is that they are one massive mental health facility that deal with everything in one. I remember it all. It's one massive building. They separate it into floors. And they're over here dealing with like people with developmental disabilities. They're dealing with people with homeless, drug addiction, and I think like low income. I don't know. It was something like that. But I know there was 4 departments. But I had a massive issue about this facility. I had a big issue with this facility. I didn't give 2 flying fucks who thought what about whom. This grinded my gears and went up my ass sideways so bad. I went on here and I just fucking ranted about it. Because from being on a couple of sides of the spectrum here, right? I've been homeless. I went through drug addiction. I suffer from manic bipolar disorder. All right. And, I've worked for 12 years in the healthcare industry. I started off transporting at St. Luke's Hospital for the radiology department, just pushing patients around from their rooms to certain and I just really had a knack for it because I was a mechanic before then. Come to find out, me being a mechanic, even though I knew how to do it for a long time, it was really just a fucking hobby. So I go into the healthcare field. Transport, I'm learning about diagnostic imaging too, a little in between. Next thing you know, it's like, I'm going to go start in group homes now. And I started working in the group homes. I started working with behavioral children with developmental disabilities. And I worked for them for a few years, and then I ended up leaving them, and I ended up finding a much similar company doing the exact same thing. And my father and, I did have a lot of uncles too, friends that ended up in different facilities or, they suffered, I experienced so much. And yeah, Blaze is over here trying to get my mother up here and whatnot. Like, no, man, I've tried, man. But you know what? Kudos to you for even trying. For all of you who don't know, that Kimberly Ann in the chat, that is my mother. But yeah, like, it's crazy. That's what I was gonna say. My cousin once told me that put it in the best words, like, because I'm 34 now, right? I'm 34 now, and when I started getting sober, it was really like a fucking I definitely had to retrain my mind on a lot of things. I really needed to fucking put my coping skills and all my tools that I've gotten really into action and start rebuilding myself. Welcome in, VK. Good to see you. And it's not easy. It's not easy. And for 2 seasons, I just want to let everybody know that I hope, well, if you thought I was just rambling, because that's if you haven't gotten that about Unboxed Thoughts, man, it's a series of puzzles. That's what my guys. And I see Blazeman is ready to come on. But before we bring Blaze on, I just want to say this show is what it is, and it'll always be what it is. All right? It's like you got to really have a special mind to learn how to keep up with things, you know what I mean, to be here, because it's not always on track. My mind goes, man. When I think about one thing, boom, it goes to another. But I hope everybody at least one thing out. 40 episodes. And to be where we are today. Thank you guys so much for making me feel so comfortable. Blaze, man. You want to come up?
Oh, there I am, right there. There I am. There I am. What's up, buddy?
Blaze?
Damn, bro. Can you hear me? Can everyone
You ain't
hear
going to
me in the
believe
chat?
this. There's a massive delay.
How big is it? About a half a
Hello?
second? 1 second?
Hi,
Well,
Blaze.
everybody in the chat can hear me perfectly.
Real quick, before you say anything else, guys, those of you who do not know, this is Blaze Man St. Pierre. He is the engineer. He is the owner and CEO of FFN Radio Network. Everybody, welcome him
Okay.
in.
Delay
Let's
is
like
only
that
for
chat
you,
up
Nick.
for him, and thank you. All right. So go ahead. What's up, man?
Nothing. What's going on, buddy? Jesus. Season 2. Final episode, huh?
Bro, you want to talk about a fucking bittersweet moment. You know what I mean? Like right before I came on, I was like fucking, I've been having so much tightness in my chest. I'm over here like wondering like for the last 4 fucking days, man, like what am I going to talk about? And my good buddy, you can see him in the chat there. Riot Rodriguez. I was chatting with him and and a couple of other of our friends, and he turned right around to me and he was like, dude, he goes, this is, he's like, right here. He's like, what you're talking about right now. He's like, this is your show. This is how you can end it.
Right.
And, dude, thank you for everything that you've done. I really
Thank
appreciate it.
Listen, Nick.
You and
Thank
Tammy.
you. I'll let me say what's on my mind, and you got a great show going on tonight too. So, um,
I do.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, for me, it was a pleasure to have you do a show on FFN Network. Um, Jerry, for me, when Jerry's on his game, and I appreciate the words that Jerry sent out to me tonight. I really do. Um, but I already kind of like knew that. So, and it wasn't nothing that got me messed up at all. But listen, I'm gonna stop for a minute because you got somebody here that wants to say hello, and I'll come back and talk to you in a minute.
Oh, we got somebody else? Oh, look at her. Wow, there's a delay and she is going to pop up in like 2 seconds. There's a delay.
Okay, Fallon, can you hear me?
Hi, Fallon.
Okay, turn your microphone on. I don't hear you.
No, I can't hear her either.
No. Look at your screen, see if it's not muted on your screen. Okay, 1 sec.
She'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. She's going like this.
Well,
She'll be right back with
don't
us.
you do it. Okay, she'll be right back, everybody.
I
All
just
right,
did.
she'll be right back. But so getting back to Jerry, you know what I mean. I know all that situation, but anyways, I get the text from you. I don't know who you are. You know, and for me, um, it was just like I do with everybody that wants to be on the network. I'll be like, look, let's see, if you suck or if you don't suck, plain and simple. And for me, it was like you did your first show, and I'm like, okay, we definitely got something here. Then your second show blew my mind, and I believe before the beginning of your third show, I told you you had the gig on the network. So,
You told me at the end
uh,
of my second show.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it was
yeah,
right
I
at the
did.
end when we had gotten together.
Yeah, I just liked you instantly. And I was like, if someone could come on a live broadcast and just put their heart on their sleeve, you know what I mean, and balls to the wall, just let everybody, no, nothing. Oh, don't worry, you don't got to search for me because everything I just told you is just right here. So, and that's what made me like you the most. And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna give this kid a chance. And
You know, I
it was great. I'm glad that I did it. I made an excellent decision for FFN Network. Your followers, the people who watch your show are not just fans of the show. Uh, a lot of them call themselves,
yeah.
like this is family in here. And it wasn't always like that with some people that watch the show now. You know what I mean? Some of the
No.
people they got to like you so much. It's like, they just like I got to hear more what this young man's got to say. So for me, hey, does everybody like my floating FFN radio microphone?
You
um,
got a floater floating behind you.
I got a floater, governor. I got a
You got a
floater.
floater, governor. But
So yeah, and the Ernest and Lewis and Ernest and Lewis show that's coming back.
yeah, right, man.
But
I honestly got to say, I am very, very excited
yeah,
about the return of the show. Hey, speaking of that, I'll show you guys real quick. Why the fuck not? So I got Ernie a new wardrobe the other day. I actually went shopping for him. Come to find out, he don't know how to do his own shopping. That's him, not me. But hey, it says, "Do you remember when I asked you your opinion?" Yeah, me neither.
I like that one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
like that one.
So I figured that would be like a typical Ernie shirt. So I got it for him. Um, but yeah, man,
I
send her the
can,
link again.
yeah, yeah, I can see her. I can see her.
So Kimberly Ann in the chat says, "I owe my kids growing up. They can do anything they put their minds to, and he has made me so proud to do this, and happy to guide him through." You know, eh, does any know of anybody? Because I tell you guys all the time, like a lot of the shit that I talk about, man, it's not for kids. Number one, it's hard discussions. Nobody wants to talk about them. We discuss them. I discuss them. Anybody know of anybody who can name somebody that their mother would listen to them go through all this shit again? While you guys answer that, I'll be right back. Blaze will be right here to keep you guys company. Be right back.
Believe in me by myself? Or you want me to do a commercial? Because we're running extra time. I know you can hear me. Answer me. Oh, okay. Now I know what he's doing. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching Unboxed Thoughts with Nick. Nick went to go reload his page, and hopefully we'll get back him. Hey, why do I gotta dance? He says dance. Who do you think I am? Dance, he says. See me boogieing? Boogie night. The delay is very close now. Good. Good. We're in good shape.
Oh man, now I'm stuck with your name.
Oh no. Just change it. Go to rename.
Here we go. Hey, I just learned.
Oh my god. Now I feel like I'm talking to Ernest.
No, I enjoy learning new things. You know, life is fucking horseshit when you think
Why?
you're a know-it-all.
Why? Well, you shouldn't think you're a know-it-all. I mean, you should only.
No, absolutely not.
You should only uh, give an opinion if you know you're right. All right, let's try this girly again.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, hey, we got Fallon back.
Can you
Good.
hear me?
Oh, there she is, loud and
Hey,
Hey,
clear.
I can hear you just fine.
good.
Hi, sweetheart.
I just hello, my love. How are you?
I'm well.
Good,
I am
good.
very overwhelmed with the chat. I
Yeah,
am very excited to
it's
finish
going
2
off. Great.
seasons, and I am very excited to have 2 weeks off.
I bet you are. Nice little vacation.
Yes. Yes,
I
I
just
am
wanted to
really
pop
looking
on.
forward to it.
Hi,
Good.
Fallon. How are you? Hey,
I'm good, honey. How are you?
hey, Fallon.
Get the hell out of here.
Why don't you explain to some of the viewers of what kept you keep coming to listening to Unboxed Thoughts?
um, what kept me coming back? It was Nick. 100% every day, every Monday. Um, you are with me when I make dinner at night, so it's nice to sit there and
Yeah.
listen to you ramble on about something. And usually it's something that I'm sitting there going, yep, 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 I agree, the whole time. But you always have something informative. You always have something fun. You always have great guests. It's just a pleasure to listen to you.
When I have them, and I want to thank
Yeah,
you from the bottom of
you're welcome.
my heart for everything, for
You're
coming
welcome.
here, watching on other platforms, and you and everybody else. Like none of you guys had to do that,
Well,
and the fact that you
you
guys
know,
do, it
when you
tells me a
see
lot.
something in somebody that that person is a genuine person, even though you've actually never met them in person, when you can feel the type of person that they are through the screen and you know the message that they have is a good one, it's very uplifting to people. It's very encouraging for people, and I applaud you for that. Like I said earlier in the chat, you are a voice to the voiceless sometimes. You give people, not only on this app but on other apps, the ability to be heard, the ability to have the confidence to be heard, the willingness to take on things that they probably never would before. And that in itself is it's a true blessing into the type of person that you are. And we're all grateful that we have you in our
And
lives.
Words can't describe how I feel about you guys. Like none of this would be possible without you guys. None
But
of it.
it wouldn't be, but
And
we do it for you because we love you and we support you. And we see that you have something positive inside of you that we want to share and we want to be a part of.
And I want to thank you and everybody else too for me comfortable and being able to, be honest and open about so much in my life, or talk about, tragic life events or whatever the case is. Every episode that I have aired is because you guys have all made me comfortable. You guys have all guided me in some way, shape, or form, and you guys are still here.
Yeah, and you in turn have done that for other people, and you are a good guy. You're a genuinely good guy. And we love you.
And I love you guys too. And I want
I'm proud of
you
you.
and everybody to know that I've always said since day one that, I'm not afraid to be the example for anybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, and Alan, we got something. Can you read that?
It's raw and it's real and relatable every single Monday. Nick comes in here and opens up his entire life and past and is very honest and humble, which is something you don't find very often. We are all very lucky to be a part of this with you, Nikki. It's true.
Because
It's a very true thing.
My goal basically is for people to start opening up more. I said since day one that, especially us males, man. I've met some women too. Don't get me wrong. I met some women too, but like, we need to learn to leave our egos at the door and really adult and open up our eyes.
Yeah.
To see like certain things that we couldn't, and because I've been there. Nothing is worse than a pissing moaner sitting there pissing and moaning about what things could have been or what they should have been, when you had control of that shit the whole fucking time.
Yep.
You're
You
the
make
one
your own
that just
destiny.
decided to let it slip. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I just
and that's
want to
how
be an example.
something I've always told you and everybody else. It's people's perception of the situation, and you give us a double side of the perception. You give us the side of what your life was, and you give us the side of what your life is, and you give us the side of what your life can be. And some people can't ever see past that. So you give them the motivation to be able to see all three stages in one screen. And that's a big thing, because not a lot of people can see past that.
And I also want to say thank you to everybody, for following me on not only just this platform, but also on like TikTok and stuff like that too. Listen, I've said before, I don't want to be the best at anything anymore. All right, I've lived such a long life in such a short time. I just want to still be able to know that I can prove to myself that I can compete. That's what I want. I want to compete. I don't want to be the best or win every time.
Right.
And as a, content creator, podcast host, influencer, whatever you want to call it, it's very important to me, Fallon, when I look around the world, you know what I mean? And not even just on TikTok, when I look and listen to other podcasts, right?
Right.
They can do so much, and they can do great things for their subscribers, their supporters, and whatnot. They all do different things.
Right.
But for me, it's very important. It's very important for me to be able to look everybody in the eyes and then say, if you look in my bio right now, you'll get both sides of my life. Because of what you see on Mondays on Unboxed Thoughts is nothing like you're going to see on a TikTok platform. And that's the point. And that's the point. And, so I think that's one thing that I can really say that, like, I offer to people is that
absolutely.
I allow you all to see that and listen to this and get you to paint more of a picture of, and when you see me on other platforms.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like Ashley said, it's raw. It's there. It's not scripted. It's not pre-written as to what you have thought about. You let the emotion come out. You let the rawness and the realness of life be there. And you don't see that very often. People put on a persona, and you don't have one. I mean, you do, but you don't have a big one.
Yeah, and I always try to remain humble,
Yeah.
and it's funny that we even talk about this because literally, like, as much as he'll praise my first and second episode, and if he really wants to be a man, he'll admit it. Blaze would get on my ass every fucking week to make notes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking write shit down, he'd tell me. And I would tell him, I'm like, absolutely not. You will never, ever, ever see me sit in front of this fucking camera with any type of notes, script, or whatever the case is.
Right.
I won't
Yeah.
do it.
I mean, you could, but you probably wouldn't do it. You probably wouldn't use them. So.
See, and it's not because I take notes for everything else. But I feel like if I take notes, that's going to take away the genuine and authenticity of the of the show.
Absolutely.
So
yeah,
notes have never been a thing for me.
I agree. Me either. I just like to. I like to talk. So. But I appreciate you, and I just wanted to come on here and applaud you for being an amazing man and a wonderful friend and great influence. And there's so many things I could say, but I'd probably start crying. So you're a great supporter of everybody in here, and I know that everybody agrees with me that we know if we have a problem, we can come to you and you'll be there for us day or night. So I love you very much, and I'm very proud of you.
I'm proud of you too.
Thank you.
You're accomplishing big things over there.
I'm trying.
You got your own platform now. All right, let's talk about you for a second.
Yes.
Let's talk about you for a second. You're over there doing your own lives now.
I know. I know. I never would have done that if I hadn't met you. I probably never would have.
When I see any of yous going live and spreading your wings, doing your own thing, there is nothing like it. I feel like a dad watching my fucking kids crawl for the first time.
I know.
And like, some of you guys are fucking older than me.
I know.
And I'd be like, oh, I don't know how else to explain it, but that's the feeling that I get.
Yeah, because you give people confidence. And some people need that little bit of an extra push.
It all starts with you guys.
I know.
And I'm over here thinking now, too, like, you've legitly been here, too, since almost like the beginning.
I think I came in at the beginning of season 2. So, yeah. I didn't see season 1. No. I was at the beginning of season 2. Maybe. No, the tail end of season. I don't remember. I know it might have been the tail end of season 1, actually. So, yeah.
Well, you'll be coming back that long.
I've been here for a long time.
You're the real champion.
If I had a nickel. But yeah.
But real quick before you go, I just want to ask, because I know you guys had some shitty weather over there the last couple of days. Everything good with that tornado or that storm that was coming?
It's beautiful. The hurricane was not really a hurricane. It was more of a tropical storm by the time it passed over us. Some areas got rain, some areas didn't, some areas flooded, some areas didn't. So it was 80 degrees today, so it was a good day.
I almost shit my drawers that day because just as you came into the live, you were like, oh, well, I'm going to go cook dinner, and then I'm going to get ready for the storm that's coming.
Yeah.
Right after that, I see I see on the news, and it says, oh, storm, what was it called, Elena?
Hurricane Hillary.
Hillary. Oh,
yeah.
Clinton, I should have fucking. But they were like, oh, it got downgraded to a level 3.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, that's nice. But yo, I'm looking at this thing as a level 3, and it's still blowing shit away. I'm like,
yeah.
So 3? So like, what the fuck?
The eye of the storm passed us the last night at like 10. And it just howled, windy and rain, and then
it was a little bit cloudy
this morning, and then was 80 degrees this afternoon, so not too bad. We all survived.
Well, I'm glad. And
Yeah,
thank you for
we're
everything
good.
that you've done for
And
me.
we had an earthquake. We had 4 earthquakes yesterday, right in the middle of the hurricane. Yeah, California does.
I don't mean to laugh.
Oh, you can
I don't
give
mean
me
to
an
laugh,
earthquake
but
any
it's
day
what the
of
fuck
the
do you
week.
deal with a massive hurricane with wind speeds like that and fucking deal with earthquakes on top of that? Leave it up to
Yeah, we
fucking
had like a
Cali.
we had like a 5.6 earthquake, and then we had aftershocks all afternoon, and it was raining outside, and we were like, oh, okay, we can deal with that. So, but we're all safe.
Good. I'm glad. That's
Yeah.
what I want to hear. And I
Yeah.
appreciate you even more for coming up here. Talk to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Anytime. You're welcome. I love your face.
I will talk to you soon.
Yeah, too well. Bye-bye. Mwah.
Fallon. She's like a mother to some of us, and she's like a big sister to everybody else. So that is it, guys. That is episode 20, season 2. And once again, thank you. Everybody in the chat. To the FFN Radio Network. Blazeman, Miss Tammy, Mom. Everybody who made this shit possible. And you guys are the real fucking champions. From the very first start of this show today, I knew it was going to be a good one. I felt you guys' fucking energy. And that just made me can't explain it. But 2 weeks, guys. We are taking 2 weeks off. I'm going to go enjoy my vacation. I'm going to go fucking hang out with other people on other platforms. I'm going to go by Blaze's house and I'm going to leave a bag of dog shit burning on his front porch saying, ha ha, I love you, bastard. Just because I know I can. And probably buy him a coffee and wiggle it in front of his face while I hand Tammy hers. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's 2 weeks. But thank you guys so much. That's episode 20 for you guys. Season 2. See you guys back here in 2 weeks. Thank you for everything you guys do. Till next time.